How do you select the most effective sourcing channel? So as I was saying, traditional sourcing channels included usually the company website, which is also still something that is widely used because it is the number one sourcing channel for yourself. You actually create a job posting or a job description and you post it on your own website. Then you have Monster, Base, Gulf Talent, and similar sites that would help you search for and find those talents. But also, as we know, today HR is becoming more and more social. And as I was saying, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the like are becoming more and more effective sourcing channels, especially LinkedIn, because it is by excellence the number one professional social network in the world. And it is so far the only website or the only social media that caters exclusively for professional content. So whenever you go there, you have your CV that is listed. It's actually your CV. You don't list anything else. And everything that is shared there has to do with the professional world and not very social oriented. And just for you to know, over 80% of companies now worldwide are using LinkedIn to actually search for candidates. And they say that it is as accurate as just going to headhunters like we used to do in the past. So to find the most suitable candidates, obviously you need to identify the most effective channels. So you should be using the channels that are mostly aligned with your type of business, the position, the required candidates, and your budget. If you don't have a very high budget, you can go ahead and use, as I was saying, tools like LinkedIn or Facebook. If you have a higher budget or if you're looking for someone that is really senior, you cannot really go and just post a post on Facebook and expect a general manager to come and apply for the job. There you have to go for a headhunter because you need to have face-to-face interviews and you need to have people who are experts in human resources to actually help you on that front. So traditionally, sourcing was done through the printed material. Okay, the newspaper ads. So we used to put in the newspaper looking for, let's say, looking for a secretary to fill a position or looking for an accountant, etc. Engaging headhunters. So as I was saying, the headhunters that are still used, but it is mostly whenever we have very senior positions to actually fill. We used to also hold job fairs, but you know that these are very costly and they still are very costly. And finally, posting on job boards like Bates, like Monster, etc. Today, sourcing channels have become more effective because they are more social and because they give you the possibility to become more social, to find people in a much more interactive way. So you have integrated online channels. Obviously, if, for instance, you post your job on your website, you can then share that same link on LinkedIn or on Facebook, and then you have all of this integration that would allow you to have a 360-degree look at what's happening all around. A targeted interactive engagement, so anybody can ask you at any point about any position, and then you can answer them. You don't need to wait for the interview itself to be able to talk to the people who are interested in the job, unlike we used to do in the previous days. Specialized sourcing agencies. As I was saying, there are now agencies that actually take care of a specific industry. So for instance, if you're in the hospitality business, you have agencies that only cater for hospitality. If you are in the banking business, you have agencies that only cater for the banking. And this is very important because now at least you have a very limited, not limited, but a very focused, pool of candidates to look at or to look for. Social sourcing or crowdsourcing, which is also obviously with the help of social media happening. And finally, the niche job boards, which also link in a way or another to the specialized sourcing agencies. Now here we take a look at the Omnicom Media Group, which is the number 7 great place to work in the UAE, because actually what they have worked on is to reduce the turnover of employees at their premises or in their company. So what they did is they actually work on, because actually the worst thing or the hardest thing to do is to bring people on board and then train those people and then spend time and money and effort to train them. And then they just leave after a year or maybe 6 months to try to find another job. So it's very hard to actually find and retain employees. And this is what Omnicom have been working on. They made it such a pleasant place for people to work, which made their turnover and their job and their rotation of employees actually quite well. The next exercise for tonight is for you to define the job for which you want to source candidates. Now, after posting the position on your website, try to post a short description of the position on LinkedIn and on Facebook. And once you start receiving the candidates, try to assess and measure which channel was the most effective for you, because the channel that was the most effective is not the channel that brought you the most CVs. It is the channel that brought you the best CVs in terms of relevancy to the job that you are trying to fill.